Good afternoon,
Phone book update failed.
Thank you. Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy winning Wednesday to each and every one of you. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Y'all know, for me, every day is a wonderful day. Every day above ground is a wonderful day. Okay, let's be clear. So as always, my day is great. It's been busy, but it's been great nonetheless. So I cannot and I will not complain. So having said that, as you can see out the window and the sunroof and in the back, it is pouring down rain in here in the DMV area right now. It is 53 degrees. It's a little on the chilly side, but guess what? It is still a good day anyhow. Now let's jump into today's video, and I'm going to be sharing some honest truths about life, and I'm going to be sharing 6 Stoic principles with you. And I really love these. And so as I was working on my notes over the weekend, I was like, wow, I can't wait to share these with you. So let's jump right on in. Number 1, happiness is not achieved by buying everything you want. It consists of enjoying everything you have. Y'all, when I tell you that is powerful, please believe me, it's powerful. I think sometimes we get confused and we think that as long as we're able to buy things, that's going to make us happy. And if I'm being honest, to a certain extent, it does make you happy when you can go to the store, or you can go to Amazon or Temu or wherever you shop and swipe your credit card. That does make you happy. Let's just keep it real. When I can go to the Pandora store and buy what I want, yes, that makes me happy. When I can go to Tiffany and buy what I want, yes, that makes me happy. When I go to the Coach store and buy what I want, it makes me happy. However, happiness consists of enjoying everything you have. Do you all realize that if I didn't buy anything else, which we know we're all going to shop and buy something, I am happy with everything I have. Everything I have. If somebody said, Michelle, I'm going to challenge you for the next 6 months to only purchase those things that you absolutely need, not want, but absolutely need, I could do it, because my happiness is not predicated on the things that I'm purchasing. My happiness lies in what I already have. And when you are unable to get to that point, all I can say is you miss out on life. Number 2, fall in love with the soul, not the physical appearance. Let me say that again. Fall in love with the soul and not the physical appearance. You know, I think most of us learn this earlier in life, that if you only fall in love with the way something or someone looks, later on down the road, you are going to be a little disappointed. Because what is that old saying? Beauty fades. And it does. Now, granted, yes, you do see some older people, and you could tell they were fine as a glass of wine when they were younger. However, they've aged, and you can see that as well. So for me, anybody that I choose to date or even surround myself with, I fall in love with the soul of that person, because that soul is, I don't know about you all, but if you've ever taken the time to really connect with the person's soul, it's such a beautiful thing. I'm going to give you this perfect example, then we're going to move on. Have you ever met a person who they are beautiful and or handsome on the outside, but inside their heart and their soul is just ugly as I don't know what? I mean, just pure ugly. They're nasty in how they talk to people. They're nasty in the way they treat people. But outside, all of this is beautiful, perfect body and all that good stuff. But inside, oh, it's just ugly. So be careful about that. And I'm going to tell you something else. I've watched people meet someone and they have, how some people just have options. Let's keep it real. And they chose the person that had the looks and the body over that person that had a beautiful soul and a beautiful heart. And not all the time, but there have been times later on down the road, they're like, Shell, girl, I made a mistake. I should have went with plan B, because I chose plan A, and this person is getting on my nerves. They look on all the packaging looks good, but on the inside, like fruit sometimes can look good on the outside, but inside it's rotten. And that's when, in my mind, because I'm never gonna stomp on anybody while they're down. But inside, I'm thinking, see, that's why you should have went with the other one. But I digress. Number 3, you will be happy if you worry less about things. Do you know that people that choose not to worry about things tend to be more happier? Now, I can say this and speak from experience. I shared with you all that, well, my doctor told me in January that I am officially, I've been diagnosed as having epilepsy. And my first thought was, whoa, wait a minute. No, not me. I've only had a seizure a couple of times. He said, if you've had more than 3, you have epilepsy. So you know what? It is what it is. But I said that to say this. One of the things for me, excuse me, I can't speak for everybody, but one of the things for me that I know can cause me to have a seizure is when I stress about things. And so I try my best, and y'all, some days it's hard, but I try my best to make sure I don't allow anything to stress me, great or small, or even in between. I refuse to stress. If things aren't working out and somebody's working my last good nerve, I will just walk away, because I refuse to allow things to stress me. And so because of this, not only am I avoiding having a seizure, but I'm much happier, because I'm not worrying about whatever this person is. Because you always have that one person on the job that seems to do less than everybody else, but they want their paycheck every 2 weeks. Yeah, that's a problem for me, but I don't let that stress me. I really don't. Let them do what they do, because I always tell people God can deal with you far better than I can. But I said all of that to say that if you stop stressing about life, you will be so much happier. Don't stress about your kids. Don't stress about your finances. Don't stress about that relationship. Don't stress about your home. Don't stress about anything, honey. Let it go and let God handle it. God is in control. He has it, and he will take care of it. Number 4, I was trying to figure out why this car was pulling up in front of my house. Okay, so Uber let my neighbor off. Number 4, everyone leaves. Learn to love yourself. Everyone leaves. Learn to love yourself. And, this one, that was kind of a harsh reality, in that when I read that in a way that it's true. Everyone leaves. If they don't leave you, i.e. meaning breaking up with you in that relationship, or if they don't move to another state, they leave this earth, and God has to call us back home, because all of us will be called back home sooner or later. Preferably later, but eventually we all will be called back home. And so you've got to learn to love yourself. Have you ever met somebody who was in a relationship, and the person they were in a relationship with decided they didn't want to be in said relationship, and that person just fell apart? I won't lie. That was me one time in my life, and I promised myself and I promised God I'd never let it happen again, and I haven't, but I digress. But that person left your friend, or the person that you know, and they were a hot mess, and they just could not, they had a hard time grasping life. They had a hard time moving forward. Part of it, some of it is because they truly love that individual, but the other part was because they didn't love themselves as much as they loved that other person. Learn to love yourself. And so that way, when that person decides to walk out the door, it may hurt a little bit, but you can bid them farewell and go on with your life. I'm telling you, you ought to try it. Number 5, if you can stay positive in a bad situation, guess what? You win. If you can stay positive in a bad situation, you win every time. So last night I did an interview with my with a good girlfriend of mine. To be honest with y'all, we grew up next to each other. As a matter of fact, let me see. This house where's my hand? This house right here, she grew up in that house. Her family and her sister, mom and dad grew up in that house. Her dad and my dad, they were besties. You hear me? Both of them were two nuts, but you had to love them because they were besties. And so she has her Facebook group. And so she wanted to interview me last night because she wanted to interview people that had a story. And truth be told, we all have a story. So I shared with them how I found out that I had been having seizures. And something I said, she said really triggered her when I said, even in the midst of all of that, because as I've talked about before, nothing that you go through just happens. Everything that you're dealing with right now and everything, well, let me say this, everything that you've dealt with, everything that you're dealing with, and everything that you will deal with, God already knows about it. It may have come as a surprise to you, but it didn't come as a surprise to God because he already knew. And so because of that, it allows me to stay positive. I can say, all right, God, you know what? This isn't working out quite the way I wanted it to, but I'm always going to find the good in things. And she said, Michelle, that's what I love about you. I said, yeah. I said, because, life is too short to be walking around here looking like you'd have been sucking on lemons all day long. I refuse to do it. I refuse to do it. No matter what happens, I'm going to always find the good in everything. Now, some people may say, well, Michelle, but what if there is no good to be found? The devil is a lie. There's always good to be found, even in a bad situation. You may have to look real hard, but I promise you there's always some good to be found. So if you can stay positive in a bad situation, honey, you win every time. Because here's the other thing. Whenever life doesn't work out the way you planned, I promise you there's always somebody lurking around in the background, silently laughing at you because they think, bam, got him. No, you don't. Because I'm going to find the good in this situation and I will bounce back. I serve a God that's going to allow me to come back better and stronger than I did before. I serve a God that says, okay, Michelle, you may have lost this over here, but I'm going to give you that over there. And that over there is way bigger, way better, and just more phenomenal than what you lost. That's why I tell people all the time, if that relationship that you're in does not work out, it's all right. Let it go. I'm not saying it's not going to hurt. I'm not saying that you won't even want to cry from time to time. Go ahead and do that. But then you wipe your face and you get it together and you going out there and you continue to enjoy your life. Because guess what? If God removed that person from your life, I guarantee you it's because he's got somebody else better waiting in the wings for you. And last but not least, number 6, train every day not to take attacks personally. Train every day not to take attacks personally. If we sit back and we allow every negative thing that people say about us or even do to us, let me just focus on, because there are some people that always have to have something negative to say about people. But if you take that negative thing every time personally, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Do you realize that a lot of times people say and do negative things to us and it has nothing to do with us at all, but it has everything to do with them? They're doing it because they're hurting. And we all know that hurt people enjoy hurting other people. So that's why if somebody says or does something, sweetie, I don't take it personal. I really don't. Because I know that whatever you're doing really has nothing to do with Michelle. Especially if I know I've done absolutely nothing to you. I know it's not about me. Whatever it is that you're acting out, it has everything to do with you and nothing to do with me at all. So I'm not going to take it personally. You guys, that's it. That's all I have. All 6 things I will put in the description box for you, so you can just meditate on those. Put them in your journal. Put them in your vision book if you've created one for the year. Put them on a sticky note. Just keep them close by. And I promise you, it will help you to look at life a whole lot better. Now, having said all of that, I want to say thank you so much for giving me just a little bit of your time on this beautiful rainy day to speak life into you. As always, hopefully something I said resonates with you and allows you to become a better person. Maybe you can share this video with someone to help them become a better person. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So make sure you come back on Friday for another motivational moment with me. If you follow me on TikTok, you guys, I just thought about that. I do motivational moments. Now, I won't lie, I don't do them as often as I would like to. That's because I have other social media platforms that I'm posting on. If you know me, then you know I have not only my YouTube channel, but I also have a podcast. So I try to get them in. As a matter of fact, when I'm done recording this video, I'm going to record my motivational moment for TikTok. So come on over there and join me there as well. And if this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. You know, I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your day. No matter where you live, no matter what the weather may be, enjoy the rest of your day. Go out there and have fun. But most importantly, do so responsibly and be careful. Okay? Please be careful no matter where you go, what you do. I want you all to be careful. Because life is just so interesting. It breaks my heart every time I turn on the news or listen to the radio and I hear that somebody's been robbed or somebody's been shot or stabbed or killed. It's just heartbreaking. That's why I pray for this world every day. I pray first thing in the morning. I pray before I go to bed. And sometimes I pray in the middle of the day, because life is just unfair, unfortunately. And you have people out here that just don't value life as much as others do. So that's why I'm always praying for each and every one of you. Now, you know the drill, you know the spiel. I love you all to the moon and back. And there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that's ever going to change that. Because I love you all, and I want nothing but the best for you. Nothing but the best for each and every one of you, because I believe in you. I know you have it in you. I just need you to figure out what that thing is and make it happen. Love you all. The best is yet to come. If you believe it, you will receive it. Until next time, take care.